We're going to address our first poll question in a second here. The question being, do you think the Browns are on the right track? The results show 70% of respondents saying yes. 22%, probably including some Browns officials, saying, I'm not sure. And only 7% saying no. Mary Kay won the toss, and despite 2 years of watching Mike Pettin, did not defer the first question. Mary Kay, your thoughts on the poll results?
Well, you know what? I have to agree with the respondents. You know, I really actually do think that the team is on the right track, mostly because of Hugh Jackson. He's brought a new energy, a new vibe to Berea. The players are buying in. And you know what? This whole notion of acquiring all these picks, I do like that part of it, as long as they get a franchise quarterback out of this deal in some way, shape,
well, that's going to be a very familiar topic by the end of this 30 minutes. Chris, where do you stand on that question? Are they on the right track?
Is there a pick for D? Like sort of yes, sort of no.
Tell us now.
Because based on their definition of success this offseason, they have failed. Because they said from the very beginning of free agency that they wanted to re-sign their own guys. And yet their own guys walked out the door. At the same time, I'm with Mary Kay. Having a guy like Hugh Jackson, being able to get the guy that you absolutely wanted for your head coach, that's a huge step for this organization that has swung and missed on a number of head coaches recently. And when it comes to the NFL, it's how high can you go, and that's based on your head coach and your quarterback. So they're halfway there, I guess.
I saw Doug making some notes. I'm sure there are probably points contesting what you just said. Doug?
Well, I think it could be possible that the idea of these guys leaving, the guys they lost, that actually could be a strategy as part of getting to the right track, that maybe they don't want to exactly say that we're going to let everybody leave. I am shocked, however, that this 70% of people saying they're on the right track, none of that is based on actual players on the team. That is not based on talent on the field. Right. Players win games. So 70% of people, I guess, like the GM, the coach, and these draft picks that are floating out in the air currently. I would not vote yes. I'm shocked that 70% voted yes, and it's not on the guys on the field.
Well, speaking of floating in open space, how'd Barkevius Mingo look? No, Dan, your thoughts on the same question?
Well, you know why 22% of people voted I'm not sure is because the whole basis of this team has 12 draft picks, and Sashi Brown's never drafted a player. Yep. Andrew Berry's never drafted a player. How can anybody sit here and say, oh yeah, they're absolutely on the right track before we've even seen them pick a player? And that's what we have to have trust in, is can they get those guys right? And that's why I think 22% of people, and kind of me too, have to say, I don't know yet.